Disclaimer. The hosts of Digital Age Consumerism are not professionals in the topics discussed. This show is for entertainment and informative purposes. The discussions are opinion-based, driven by current and recent news. Given that, we encourage listeners to do their own research if they see fit. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at the DAC Podcast to stay tuned for updates. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Digital Age Consumerism Podcast. This is episode 1. My name is Kenzie.
Not episode 1? Fucking dumbass. This is 0.
You know what? Fine. This is episode 0, you whore. I'm keeping this in. This is our intro, okay?
This is our intro now, okay. This man can't even fucking count.
Alright, what's your name, huh?
I'm the local homeless guy. My name is Smokey.
Oh my god. I am Pyroxy, so you can call me Pyro. This is fucked.
I'm okay with this. Okay, so today we're doing episode 0. It's the pilot episode. We're gonna be talking about basically who we are, our backgrounds, and just like little things so that you can get to know who we are, and kind of like why we want to be doing this podcast. And yeah,
so you can learn to hate us before episode 1. Got it.
Basically.
Yeah, hopefully not, but you know. So Smokey, you wanna find a topic?
Yeah, let's go with number 45, which is preferred genres of games.
Ooh, okay.
So, I mean, personally, my preferred genre is FPS. My favorites being like Team Fortress 2, Black Ops 2. I have a thing for 2s. But I really like the art styles of those and the fluidity of them.
COD is pretty fun, but with my recent experiences with skill-based matchmaking, I would like COD to, die in a fire until
I said Black Ops 2. This doesn't count.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying Call of Duty in general.
All right, what's your favorite genres then, Ken?
I do love a good FPS, but recently I've been getting into a lot of third-person shooters. One that's coming out soon is Outriders. The demo is out right now, and it launches. The full game launches April 1st.
Demo for PC on Steam. I don't know if it's on any
the demo
other
is
platform.
for PC on Steam. I'm not aware if it's on any other platforms right now. But me and Pyro have been playing it.
I have put 9 hours into it.
It's pretty fun.
First day.
Other genres I'm a fan of, I'd say roguelike kind of dungeon games, Risk of Rain 2 being one, and then RoboQuest, which is a newer early access first-person shooter co-op kind of roguelike game. And then everybody loves Minecraft. Can we get an agreement there that everybody loves Minecraft?
It is in the Hall of Fame. It is.
Okay. So those are probably like my top favorite games / genres at the moment.
Fair.
What about you, Pyro?
I gotta say, mostly anything multiplayer I've really taken a liking to. But I typically stick to shooters like Outriders, what we were saying. I love Destiny 2. I love games like Call of Duty. I love games like, what was the other one I've been playing a lot lately?
Division?
Yes, Division 2. I've been playing the shit out of that. In the past 2 weeks, I think I put in about like 40 hours on it.
Yeah. You've been wanting to get me to play, and I'm sorry, but like, I just can't find the time with school. But that game is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of mixed things about it. Like, there's some people that's just like, it is the best fucking game bar none. And there's other people that's just like, this game's fucking trash.
So the issue with that is that there was a lot of negative things when the game launched, because they were supposed to have like next gen graphics and whatnot on PC, and that was like the big hype about it.
Yeah.
But then when the game actually released, they got rid of that so that console players wouldn't feel as bad, which was kind of dumb.
Upgrade your console.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Rather than buying a
there's also a
$500
lot of
console.
bugs at launch, but they've managed to fix quite a few of them. So,
Rather
if
than
if
buying-
you get into the game now, though, it's pretty fun, especially if you can get it during a sale, because it's like almost nothing, money-wise, to have a decent time in the game.
Yeah, that last sale that they had about like a month ago, I think, or maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, the base game was just like $8, which is pretty good.
Damn, that's not
Yeah.
bad at all. One that I haven't found as a genre, but one game that I really like playing around in is Diablo 3.
Oh, I have
Yes.
been loving Diablo 3. I've only been working on the story right now,
The story is so good.
and it's been pretty fun. That game is really fun. I am a necromancer, and I fuck shit up like
Yes.
there's no tomorrow.
Yes. Necromancer is one of my favorite classes.
I gotta
Yeah,
say, I am into Crusader Deus Vult, my friends.
I would say my top two in Diablo 3 is probably it's a hard tie between Necromancer and Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
A little spin to win last season.
I like being able to just sit down turrets and fucking just go do whatever for the next like 30 seconds while they do work.
You just calmly loot while things are just exploding in the background.
The buff
Basically.
this season, though, was pretty nuts. You basically got like an extremely overpowered version of you that would just destroy everything in your path almost instantly.
I haven't
Pretty much.
played in a while, so
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen that yet. But I might
Yeah.
play pretty soon here.
It's very handy if you're like about to die. You just grab the buff and everything around you is dead.
That's one really nice thing in the Demon Slayer's arsenal is I think it's like volley is the ability, but you just like select an area and there's like a 40-foot diameter of just arrows that just rain down, so you can just kind of chill there for a second, like regain health or discipline or whatever.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Let's see.
If you like, we could
the
also talk about what consoles we started on, or PC or whatever.
I mean, yeah, that's a good one. I started on GameCube, if we're talking about just like gaming. Well, that's interesting. Okay, because I got like an old Dell PC, and if you consider like Microsoft Flight Simulator X gaming,
Or
then
that one pinball game.
or like some of those like like Wild Tangent, the old Microsoft game store that they used to have.
Yes, I actually
Um,
still use that, honestly.
I used to play a lot of games on there. If Fate, remember Fate, Pyro?
Yes,
I got that on Wild Tangent.
I played
Um,
Fate like what 14 years ago though.
You just
yeah,
unlocked
it-
a memory I forgot I had.
Yeah, it was about 14 years ago. I was been like 6 or 7. So that was fun. But then like console gaming is pretty much where I went after that.
I mean, PC gaming really wasn't a thing back then.
It like sort of was, but really kind of wasn't. Like there were some PC games, but it was like World of Warcraft
was more
or
niche.
Diablo.
EverQuest. I actually
Yeah.
EverQuest.
That was like the
StarCraft.
first PC game that I actually played. like here and there was EverQuest. I remember playing with my brother and my cousin.
I don't think I know what EverQuest is, to be honest.
I know the name, and I could swear I've probably played it, and I have no idea what it is.
I played probably when I was 7 years old, so about 15 to 17 years ago.
We're not even that old, but damn,
Which
we're old.
blows my mind how long it's been since I played. I remember my dad having to sit there overnight, and in order to update the game or whatever, like with the new expansion set, he'd have to put in like 3 discs. And it'd take like 5 hours to download each. It was insane.
When games had multiple discs.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But
I'm not even into that series, but the what's it called? Final Fantasy series.
Oh, Final Fantasy?
yeah.
Yeah, the
Final
Final
Fantasy is pretty cool.
series. It has like, I remember back when it was like on the early consoles, it just had a massive amount of discs.
I never played Final Fantasy, honestly.
Neither did I,
actually,
but I
no.
had
That's a lie. I played Final Fantasy 14, like Brave Exvius or whatever it's called, on the phone. Don't at me, don't hate me. That's the only Final Fantasy game I've ever played.
Isn't it it's turn-based, right?
No, or I might be wrong. I'm about the one I played. I played the one that was like Game of War, where you build up a little settlement in Stronghold, and yeah, it was
Sounds like I should plan for
okay.
extra steps.
Yeah, it was all right. Probably spent a little too much money on it.
Yeah, probably. So
But-
what was y'all's first like introduction to like online gaming, like gaming with other people?
Oh. God.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3.
Really?
Yeah, my brother got a PlayStation 3, and the first games he got was like Madden. He's a big like Madden EA type of sports person. And then I first played Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and that's when I fell in love with the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Brotherhood's so good. We love Ezio.
And then from that point on, I played Borderlands 2, and I fell in love with the Borderlands series at that point and became a pretty big modder. I did a lot of modding of the game, and
When
which
modding on console was a thing.
yeah, you're technically not supposed to do that, but there was a program that you could do it with, and let's just say, PS4, big powerful console. New PS5, pretty big powerful console. Compare that to PS3. The mods I was running would basically give some of the rocket launchers full auto, and would literally crash everybody's game that you were in a session with. It was kind of ridiculous. But you would have infinite health, infinite shield, and I was doing this once I had beat the game 3 times. So it was just a fun way to screw around, and I got some of my other friends into just creating stupid mods that would just make the game more interesting.
And eventually that would evolve into Thomas the Train in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
I gotta say, my first online experience was EverQuest and World of Warcraft. EverQuest 6 or 7 to 9 or 10, and then I played World of Warcraft from then on.
Also, Destiny. The first Destiny. I'm pretty sure that came out on PS3 first. I believe so, and then it moved over to PS4.
I'm not sure. It might have been. What about you?
Or was it
your
out on PS4 first?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I've never played Destiny 1.
I honestly forget there is a 1. Because the second one is the only one everyone ever talks about.
Yeah,
It's like
because
Team
Destiny 1
Fortress
was
2.
pretty shit in comparison.
You are going to get a lot of haters with that.
I mean, Destiny 2 had a lot more of Activision's influence, but Destiny 1 had zero story. That's why I don't like Destiny 1.
The story was implied.
The story
Sure.
was the multiplayer maps that you had to like map pat the shit out of to figure out the story.
What about you, Smokey? What was your first online gaming?
My
Or
first
online
like
games?
real online gaming was the Xbox 360, because a buddy of mine that I went to a class with, he was really into Call of Duty World at War at the time, and that was when it was still relatively popular. Like the Modern Warfare games had already come out, but Black Ops 1 had already come out, and Black Ops 2 was new. But there was still a bunch of people playing World at War, and he was just like, "Dude, you gotta play. It's a whole lot of fun." I was just like, "Fam, my mom would kick my ass if she knew I had that." So I got it.
So you proceeded to do exactly what you didn't want to do.
Yeah, basically. And I had an absolute blast. But pretty quickly, the lobbies began to become
Die.
more and more populated with modders.
Ah, yes.
And it's a lot of fun when you got into a match that basically gave everybody mods. Because it was literally just flying around with infinite ammo rocket launcher, just blasting stuff.
Oh my god.
What about you, Pyro? What about you?
Oh, I already mentioned Everquest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Everquest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think the first
actually never played like Modern Warfare Online or anything on the Xbox or PlayStation. Like the main PlayStation I played was PS2 for the longest time, but I have played like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and stuff on PS1.
The PS2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the first COD game I played was actually Ghosts.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's not a
Really?
great
No.
introduction.
No.
And then was it Black Ops 3 that came after? Or was it Advanced Warfare?
It was
I think it was
Advanced Warfare.
Advanced. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then I played Advanced. And then I think it was Black Ops 3. And then Infinite. I think that's how it went. And then it was Infinite, then World War II. And then Modern Warfare.
Yeah, then the Modern
Okay,
Warfare.
yeah, okay. I played, I didn't play World War II, but I played everything besides pretty much World War II. And,
I was told World War II was absolute dog shit.
yeah, that's what I heard too, but I think my best time I had on Call of Duty was Black Ops 3, because I was pretty damn good on console, but then when I transferred over to like PC, the modding of zombies, because it was on Steam, that was fun.
Dude, modded zombies in any Call of Duty was just an absolute blast.
Yeah.
It's like you get like super pack and you just don't die.
Pretty much, yeah.
I gotta say, the first zombies experience I've ever had with Call of Duty was actually the most recent game, Cold War.
Really?
Yeah, like I honestly played like a smidgen, but never like got past like wave 1 because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Of like Black Ops 2, I believe, with my friend back in high school, I think. Maybe it was middle school. I don't remember for sure. But yeah, Cold War is the only time I've actually had a real experience with Black Ops Zombies.
Like actually like playing with other people, kind of.
Oh yeah,
Getting in the
especially
flow.
yeah.
I realized I left out Black Ops 4, but nobody really talks about that trash heap.
It was all a fever dream.
Yeah.
The graphics on that game looked like you were having a fever dream.
Fucking Blackout was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I gotta
was like-
say,
I mean, I gotta give them credit. It was their first
Implication?
implementation.
of thank you, of a battle royale in COD, and for what they were trying to do, I think they and for what they had, it was okay, and it allowed Infinity Ward to develop Warzone, because they kind of saw what they did and changed what things from there and developed Warzone. Because what was broken about Blackout was the armor. you could have someone with 3 armor plates in Blackout and you could not kill them. They were just impossible to kill. But if you had no armor, you died in 1 bullet.
A headshot would take you out pretty quickly.
I
will say I did have fun with it though. Sorry, what was that, Smokey?
Yeah, you're good. My first actual zombies experience was, even though I started playing COD on World at War, in which had zombies, the disc that I had for World at War was scratched to all hell, and the location for zombies was probably the most scratched, so it wouldn't run. So my first kind of intro to zombies was Black Ops 2 Zombies. I would play the shit out of town. I would be there hours.
Nuketown?
No, with the
just town?
Yeah, just town in the zombie. I never really liked Transit because it moved around too much.
Oh god, Transit speed running. If you see some of that, it is like a nightmare. The RNG required to do some of that stuff. If you watch Noah J, he reacts to some of the speedruns. He literally loses his mind watching how some of these people get their RNG rolls with Transit, because it is the worst map, or at least one of the worst maps to speedrun, just because of the RNG required.
What's really funny is I never bought any of the DLC for Black Ops 2, so I never got any of the extra zombies maps. You know, the actually important ones like Nocturne Toten, anything like that. So the main ones I had access to were Transit, Town, and there's one other that I don't remember. But I found this one spot in Town that was just so dumb that if you sat in this very specific corner up next to Jug, then only one zombie would be able to hit you at any given time. So you could just sit up there with an LMG and just unload. As long as you had Jug, you could tank it. You could just stay there for 30 minutes and not have to worry about anything.
You could just keep buying Jug because you're right next to it, right?
No, you wouldn't even have to buy it again because you wouldn't go down.
Oh yeah.
The only time that you would have to leave would be as soon as you ran out of ammo, and by that point you had all of the points, so you could just go get a new gun from the box, pack a punch it, and just train them around for a minute, kill a bunch of them, go back to your corner, and just go back to it.
That's the time when baby does want to get put in corner.
Yes, very much.
Back when Jug was probably broken, huh?
Oh god, yes. Dude, Jug, there was this you could only do it in multiplayer, but there was a very specific way to do it, and it wasn't I know now in Cold War, you can just buy all the perks. If you have the points, you can just buy all the perks.
Yeah.
But back then you could only have 4 at any time. But if you bought 3 perks and then you bought Tombstone and then you died, if you had the points, after you came back, you could run around to the other machines, get your other perks, and then go grab your Tombstone, and then you would have all of the perks. which is not supposed to happen, but it works.
That's so broken.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
One kind of change of topic real quick. I was just thinking, because I got a notification on my phone about, Bitcoin again, and how that has kind of been a nightmare for every market right now. So what are your guys' opinions on like cryptocurrency?
I support it 100%.
Okay,
Like,
what about you, Pyro?
a decentralized currency is, it's not if it'll happen, it's going to become more available and more accepted.
What about you, Pyro?
I haven't actually really done a whole lot of research on Bitcoin. I haven't really gone into it, but I've actually been talking to some folks about it. I totally agree with cryptocurrency being a thing. It's like, it's still money in a way. It's still a currency, even though, it's cryptocurrency. I don't see much of a problem with it. Some people might. It's understandable, but it's like,
You see, I agree. However, there are caveats to it, which
yeah,
I want to address. And that's like how it has affected things like I don't know, GPU sales. um,
yeah.
and how not only has cryptocurrency mining in general driven up the prices of GPU sales, but it has also increased basically the popularity of scalping, because we all know how bad scalping is right now. You can't get pretty much any new thing unless it's maybe an iPhone and you're waiting in line at an Apple store for, I don't know, 12 hours. You might get that, but like any new GPU or any new CPU or pretty much anything, console or whatever, it's pretty hard to get. And it's not only just because of like people scalping, but with like the pandemic currently, production is like slowed, and there's only so much silicon in the world to make those things, that it makes it hard to keep up with the demand, and then the scalping just kind of fucks everyone in the ass.
Yeah, because you'll get these people that just have a bunch of money just available to them, so they'll buy up a whole bunch of the cards and resell them for like 3 times price.
Oh yeah. Which, I mean, it's kind of a morals thing at the moment, but people that are selling the GPUs and CPUs and stuff could put something in place to kind of halt the scalping, or at least kind of hold it back a little bit to prevent, one account or one address from buying too many of said item.
Yeah.
But they haven't put it in place because it also gives them sales.
And my issue is like scalping. The general term scalping is up to interpretation whether it's bad or good. And I think there are several circumstances where it's good and several circumstances where it's bad. Like right now it's pretty bad, but like let's say, like Black Friday or Cyber Monday. This is one circumstance that I was thinking, that would actually make a decent amount of profit. There were a bunch of like cell phones for like 50% off, and they were like new phones. You could like buy all of them on Amazon or a bunch of them and then resell them at market value. It's like at what they would normally go for, and you'd make a profit. You're not selling them above what they're supposed to go for.
Yeah, that's the issue that a lot of people are having, is they're buying it at market value,
and then
but
marking it up.
once they're all bought up, they have to go to those other people to buy them, and they're marked up.
So, and like one of the issues that's like pretty bad is that if they just don't buy from the scalpers, they won't scalp, because it's like these people are willing to overpay for the cards and go to the scalpers, which then gives the scalpers more incentive to keep doing what they're doing because they're making money from it. If people just say, no, fuck that, I'm not gonna buy the card, I'm just gonna wait. I know I bought all these other parts, but like I'm not willing to feed this person and give them
Not willing
money
to feed the
and
beast.
yeah, and I'm not willing to give them more reason to keep doing this, then they'll stop.
Yeah.
Eventually.
At
But
that
Yeah.
point, I would definitely suggest building a more like older generation PC, and then having a back or having your backup be the like a newer based PC. Just buy the parts when they become available, but from the direct source or from maybe Best Buy or something like that, not a scalper that
Yeah.
has a huge markup on price, because it's not even that worth it to deal with that unless you have a whole lot of money or you need that next gen stuff because that's your line of work
Yeah, like
potentially.
if you're like editing movies and you need that higher processing power, then like you need to get the newer stuff. But
Yeah.
if you're just a regular dude just wanting to do some gaming, you can get products that are a year or two old, and you'll be golden.
Yeah, the 20
Yeah.
series still works just fine. Or whatever the series came just before the 3080s.
Yeah, the 20 series.
Okay, I couldn't remember exactly.
Like I know one of our friends, Kistry, he has a 10 series card and it works fine for him. He doesn't see himself upgrading anytime soon. And I also I wanted to upgrade, but I also don't see me upgrading anytime soon, because for one, I don't really need to. I have a 2070 Super, but also the availability just isn't there. And like people that are looking for upgrade paths should look at the used market right now
Absolutely.
for people that have been feeding the beast per se and giving money to these scalpers and selling their older cards. Look to that market if you really need an upgrade. If you're stuck in the 9 series or 8 series or older, look there, because I
you're gonna
highly
get a massive discount.
I highly disregard trying to buy one of those scalped cards.
No. Like unless it is part of your job to have the higher end stuff, the newest stuff, in which for 90% of the population it's just not needed.
Yeah.
So you can get away with a year or two older model and run everything totally fine. But if you're like I mentioned before, like a movie editor, and you need the newest stuff to keep up with the pace of the newer movies, then your hands are kind of tied.
Oh yeah. Well, you'd hope at that point, if they've been in it for a while, they'd be able to get it before the scalpers could. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, they anybody that's in that category absolutely has a guy. Everyone in that category has a guy.
One quick thing. I have a quote-unquote guest that was going to be here in the next episode that would like to hop in and chat for a little bit on some topics that we were planning on discussing and are discussing right now. Would that be okay with you three?
Yeah,
of
sure.
course.
Okay. Austin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Austin.
Yo.
Hello.
Or what else do I need to supply for information? Like what?
You're good.
That's about it. The intro was just as botched, so it's fine.
Oh yeah.
The industry. And it's especially being bad right now for me, who aside from technology, like just general scalping. Because, like, imagine this. Think of it this way. Like, let's say you need. Well, this is a bit of an extreme, but let's say you have electricity through a guy, but he's getting. But, like, it's not directly through the electric company. It's getting cut off by some guy in the middle of your. From the company to the line, and he's charging you an exorbitant rate.
Yeah.
Like, think of it that way. Like, it could be going for a lot less, but the scalpers just basically has a borderline monopoly on the thing.
Pretty much.
That's why I think scalping. Also, I'm pretty sure at least with ticket sales, scalping is illegal. Like for
scalping is illegal, but I did check it out. But it's only for ticket sales. Like
yeah, no, I think that's weird.
That's very specific.
I know.
Like sell like sports tickets and event tickets, like that type of stuff.
Well, to be fair, the laws are a little bit outdated.
They should update them to include like goods. I feel
goods and services.
Yeah, goods and services, but
not sure how services can be scalped.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I specified goods.
Services like if you.
I mean, technically, a concert's a service.
Yeah.
Prostitutes are a service.
I mean, I would consider more a service than a good, unless it's like you're selling the band members.
I think that's illegal. I think that's been illegal for a while.
I'm pretty sure it is illegal.
That might be human trafficking. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the law. I'm not a cop. Even then, I'm not an expert. Or a lawyer.
Yes. Lawful
lawyer.
Evil.
I'm just chaotic neutral, if anything.
All lawyers are lawful evil. That is a fact.
Probably. I would hope they're lawful, at the least.
You violated the law.
No, get in this bag.
Oh god.
But yeah,
that's the not lawful ones.
No, they could still be lawful. Like they instead of just stabbing you outright. I would consider that chaotic. Anyways, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, pretty good.
That's good. Doing all right.
But yeah, I have some very strong opinions against scalpers.
I think all of us here do, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
justifiable.
No, like you should have seen how it was like during the height of the pandemic for like a lot of Transformers stuff.
Ah, yes. We have our Transformer nerd here.
Yeah.
I know there was like a huge jump in price and like basically everything in that category.
Pretty much any good.
Because they had nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And they wanted to make money, but
like you would think that there should be limits on it, but I suspect that some of the people that are reselling the items, and some of the people who produce the items might be one and the same.
There is
but
a
that
chance.
could just be me with my tinfoil hat.
Also, when you buy stuff from the website, you can just create an infinite amount of accounts, and it's usually just 2 graphics cards are allowed to be sold per account. It's not like per address.
Well, even then, they could probably have a couple of buddies.
True.
Yeah.
But still, it's a little more of a hassle than just limiting it per account.
They could fix that by switching it to a shipping address or of some sort, or something like.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a hassle for the scalper if it's per address instead of per account.
I'm no expert in that, so it might be a lot more difficult than us just. Saying, oh, you could do this.
I feel like it's a similar thing to an account, but it's probably slightly more complicated. It probably wouldn't be that hard to automate. Probably use similar code, if I would assume, or script or whatever.
Yeah.
And then one other thing, we were talking about Outriders earlier. That
game looks cool.
But there was an article posted earlier today about hackers already hacking in legendary items in the game.
What
the
kind
game's not
of
even out yet.
what kind of
There's a
piece of
demo.
shit do you gotta be to hack in the demo?
Yeah, they're cheating
Eh,
in like
I
end
mean,
game legendary
define.
items.
I mean, they could just be doing it to test some stuff, like test out some items ahead of time. But normally, yeah, it's probably just not for such a benevolent reason, I guess, for lack of a better term. It's probably more selfish. Like, I just want the power items.
Well, yeah, because you can also carry on the progress into the full game when it finally gets released, April 1st. I don't know what time exactly, but it releases April 1st at some point.
That's like using X-ray on the Minecraft demo.
They did mention though that they know exactly every account that has hacked and what items they've gotten. So
Hopefully they find a way to remove it and punish said cheaters.
yeah. I just found it funny that people were deciding to do this during the demo.
I think they should
not
just.
during the actual game.
Is there trading in that game? I forget. If they
don't
do,
think
they
so.
should at the very. Oh, if there is, they should at least trade ban them so that maybe not necessarily delete their. Well, actually, I don't know about deleting their
Or
stuff. Maybe just delete the hacked in items. That'd be best case scenario. And
yeah, or just do a troll and empty out their inventory.
I would
Or-
say empty their inventory and also give them a chicken hat.
no,
Yeah.
no, I'd want a chicken hat.
That makes me think of the Metal Gear Solid chicken
Exactly, that one.
hat. Yeah.
I'd actually want a chicken hat though, so that would just encourage me to cheat in stuff.
True.
So don't give them anything exclusive. Just give them like junk items.
And just give them just an inventory full of sticks and a constant like 2% slow on their character.
Make it so that they can't get legendary drops for like a week or whatever every time they
Negative
cheat for-
RNG.
Yeah. Fuck up their RNG.
There
'Cause
are rolls with disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Like anytime they pick up a legendary item, like
it has a negative stat.
Yeah, have all of the stats literally just reversed.
Man, that'd be great. But
I don't think like banning them from like using the like until like the at least till the game releases would be a great idea, because then they could easily just refund the game and they effectively lose money.
yeah, if they could find a way to punish these cheaters without actually banning them, I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already found out the cheaters like right away almost. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they could probably do a lot of things to, fuck with these cheaters, which would be pretty fun for us to see as well.
Yeah.
Like maybe just an idea, the folks working on the game, if you happen to see this, which would be an absolute fucking miracle, but I hope so. Potentially, an idea you could do is through the game, they have the legendaries. They work just fine, but when they hit the boss of that area or go to a boss or something, the
just
stats go
explode.
immediately negative.
No, they just explode.
Or they explode and they
But
can't
not like
progress.
a damaging explosion. They just fucking die.
Yeah.
No, it's just a constant knockback, so they just always get pushed against a wall.
Yeah.
And they can't reload or anything.
If there's like lifesteal ability on that weapon, it gives health to the whatever they're attacking and takes health from them.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
I feel like that would be used to troll people though.
Smokey.
Yeah.
Earlier you were talking about Diablo and how much you like it.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about Diablo 2 Resurrection?
I've heard a little bit about it. I don't have a whole lot of information on it. From what I've gathered, it's basically the same thing as Diablo 2, but they're just updating and upgrading the graphics to be pretty much on par with their newer releases.
But did you hear the cool thing about it?
The cool thing, this is new information.
People
I mean, to be
who
fair, that's
played
also
Diablo 2 20 years ago will be able to use their old saves.
Yeah, they found that out by accident, or they did it by accident, is what I heard. It's like
I mean,
they
they gotta
stumbled
patch it
across
out.
it.
I never played Diablo 2, but I know Diablo 2 was like one of the most well-received games in the history of gaming. So I'm totally down for that. For everybody who played Diablo 2 back in the day, dude, to be able to get on there with your old saves will absolutely just make people flip.
What
Yeah.
a nostalgia kick that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they do what they do with WoW and just power creep the crap out of everything, so all your stuff's worthless.
Oh no,
To
that's
be
the thing in
fair-
Diablo 3 too.
That would be fair though. It's like because a lot of these people that used to play, you know, those many years ago, potentially still playing it. Like if they have all of the best gear like right at the start, I mean, it could be a little bit, I don't know, unbalanced, I guess.
Probably.
Well, I mean, I'm not for sure on this, but I don't think there's PvP. So, I mean, the balance issue really isn't a huge deal.
Not
Debatable.
as it debatable. Yeah, like what Austin was saying, it's a little debatable. It
There's
could be.
playing PvP in, let's say, Warframe, a game that I am currently playing as we speak.
Yeah.
But if you take, say, a suboptimal frame for, let's say, an Eidolon hunt, people will give you a lot of shit. Or just straight up leave, and you'll never be able to get a game as that frame.
Yeah, if you go in with like Frost.
Yeah. Dude, Frost was like the first Warframe I got in the Warframe.
Back when Frost was able to be picked in the beginning.
No. I'm saying like first one I farmed for.
Oh.
But this
wait,
was-
no, I was thinking of Loki.
Yeah, no. I did start playing then, but no.
And I remember when you were stuck with Excalibur as your first.
I think
That
I
was back in beta.
Yeah, I started playing sometime in closed beta. There was the option of Excalibur, Volt, and Loki.
I thought Volt came later. I thought it was Excal, Mag, and somebody else.
No, it was always.
Volt at first, but they changed
Maybe?
it to Mag after.
I was gonna say maybe they swapped out Loki for Mag, or maybe. No, I think it was like at one point it was like Loki, Mag, and Excal.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
And they swapped it to Loki, or not Loki, Excal, Volt, and Mag.
Honestly, if you choose anything at the beginning aside from Volt, I don't know what you're doing, because Volt is like
Volt
a
go
serious
burr.
pain in the ass to get outside of being the first pick, because you can get Excal pretty easy, you can get Mag pretty easy.
Yeah, well, Volt just have to be part of a clan, I think.
Yeah, but you also have to join a clan, and they also have to have the research done. Or you
Yeah,
can
they
just
can.
pick it.
If they find us, they can join us.
Oh, great! I have a million people asking to join our clan.
Oh,
That's
hopefully,
fine.
that is if anyone
Hopefully,
that watches
question
this
mark?
plays Warframe.
By the way,
More
we are on-
resources!
I mean, we have most of the researches done anyway.
I think
so.
all of it done, aside from like one or two things.
We
I
do
think
have
that's fine.
some.
We have the Hema, I know that.
I
Yeah.
think there's quite a lot in the bio lab that we still don't have done yet.
I got the Hema
So,
done. And
We are almost at an hour.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
you're right.
Yeah. Um, and I just want to finish off with a interesting topic that I found. Y'all know Mcafee Antivirus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of it. I don't think I've ever.
The guy that invented it, I think John McAfee, he got indicted for pumping and dumping cryptocurrency, and
Huh.
a bunch of other cryptocurrency schemes. So
Really?
yeah. Which
That's
the link is in the channel, but I just thought it was pretty interesting that someone that big would get caught
Well,
doing that.
I mean, honestly, there's probably a lot of people in that, like, of that stature that probably do it, but just haven't been caught yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it also looks like he was arrested for tax evasion.
That's
I mean, at least he's one of the few that do get caught.
yeah. At least he did get caught. That's the important part.
Yeah.
Fucking pay your taxes, people.
Yeah, like
Ha 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 ha.
That is if
I
you do
actually
have
For joking
taxes.
aside, I do pay taxes.
That is if you make enough money to be able to pay taxes.
Horizon broke.
Broke college student over here.
Yeah.
When broke man, taxes pay you.
Capitalist America, bankrupt you. Terrible Russian accent.
I mean,
Nah,
that's
it's fine.
accurate.
More roly.
See, I didn't even. No, it was like purposely bad, I think.
This is
Yeah. I think we could also add in one more topic just to kind of also tell a little bit more about us, but like kind of end it on a kind of a fun note, hopefully.
What were you thinking?
I'm thinking, who got you guys into video game, or what got you guys into video gaming? We could probably make it pretty quick.
That is a loaded question.
that it is.
Originally, it was because my mom decided to get me a Game Boy Advance when I was like maybe 5 or 6. I don't know the exact year, but the Game Boy Advance was out. That's all I remember. Because I had one.
I think
Or maybe I got PS2 first. It was one of the two.
I would say for me, it was probably my older brother. When he was still living with our parents, and when I was younger, we never got along like at all. We butted heads a lot, but one thing I do give credit to him for is he was the one that got me into gaming, because he was the one that probably bugged mom to get the PlayStation 1, and it was his game, but he would let me play it every once in a while. So I would say it's probably my brother.
I think unintentionally my parents and brother,
Yeah, for me it's the same. Unintentionally, my parents.
because my parents got my brother the PS3, and that's when I really started getting into console gaming. Like they got the GameCube for everyone, and we all played like Smash, and then we got the Wii and played more Smash and other games on there. But then when my parents got my brother the PS3, that's when I started playing a lot of his games, like Brotherhood and some Madden games. And then he eventually just stopped using it, so he gave it to me, and I started playing like Borderlands and Borderlands 2 and some other games. And then I got the PS4 and started playing a bunch of other games on there, and my parents really started to see, okay, he's kind of playing games too much. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. But and this was also kind of around the time where there was an anti-gaming stigma.
Yeah.
And there was only very little research out about like video game addiction and how it's actually an issue, and it's really bad for your mental health and whatnot. And then it was only relatively recently, like in the past year or two, with like the pandemic and whatnot, that more information was coming out about how video gaming is really actually good for your mental health. It's big stress relief, and it helps to have people decompress and just clear their head. But
And in some cases even be like therapeutic.
yeah,
Because if somebody's having like a lot of stress, they can like go play Minecraft for an hour or two, and it just kind of chill them out a little bit.
yeah, and I
Why
was
do you
always
think
in high
video
school
game
playing.
Because
Sorry, I was always in high school playing games after I got all my schoolwork done. But my parents were like, "How would you have all your schoolwork done?" And it's because my school had this they call it skills class, but it was pretty much extra homework time at the end of school where you could meet with all your teachers and get your homework done. So I got all my homework done at school, so I would just have the entire day when I came home to play video games. And they were like, "Well, don't you have homework?" And I was like, "No, I'm done with my homework, and you guys said I can play games when I'm done with my homework." So I would just
Perfect workaround.
I would just play games. And we had to eventually come to an understanding that I had to do several more chores around the house first. But yeah, I'd say that was pretty much how I got into gaming. And
I
then now I'm on
saw-
PC.
I saw a thing recently. It's like, why do you kill so many people in video games? Because killing people in real life has lots of complications.
There are some
It is-
slight
it is-
issues.
It is usually frowned upon
I
in,
think I said
in
that
many places.
Or I put some memes here.
Yeah, that's fairly accurate.
Genocide is okay, but only in video games.
Remember, no
You know,
Russian.
someone's gonna cut that.
Oh no.
Oh my
and now
god.
you're canceled on Twitter.
I gotta say, the first person that got me into video gaming is probably a combined effort of my uncle, my dad's brother, and my dad. They got me into video gaming from like an early age, but we didn't get to play games a whole lot. It was just like kind of a like fun thing once in a while. It was my folks. I think I also got the Game Boy Advance. It was like my first ever thing I played with. I played Pokemon Sapphire on that.
My man.
Yes, that was the
We
first
love-
Game Boy Advance game I ever got, I think. That and Super Mario 2. I think I put over 300 hours in both games. And that is with
Oh my
very limited time to be able to play. Like, I had that Game Boy for like 10 years. I still have it. I still own that Game Boy. It still works. Because I kept it in pristine condition almost.
Oh, I still got my Game Boy SP.
Yeah, that's what I have. The Advance. The flip
I had
one.
the Game Boy Advanced. That was the one that was color, right? And
Oh,
you
it goes Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, but it flips.
I
SP.
yeah,
have
I had the one the Game Boy Advance that flips closed.
I have
Yeah.
the one
Yeah,
with
I
the
had that.
single screen.
That's
That's
the
the
Game
one
Boy.
I
What I
started with.
miss
It
about
was
like old handhelds
uh,
were like the case was clear, you know.
yeah. I wish
See
they'd
the
bring that
internals?
back. The
I
blue,
buy a
like
phone
lightning
like
blue.
that.
And you could actually take them apart relatively easy because they were all just Phillips head screws, none of that like
Yeah.
lockout screws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could like fix your console yourself.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have
Yeah.
to pay like some obnoxious price. Just have this like one piece replaced.
Yeah.
I think it was Game
Nintendo,
Boy
they're doing
Advance and
this.
then GameCube.
If you have the issue.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say, at least with Nintendo, with the Switch, you can, I don't know if they're still doing it, but with the Joy-Cons, the
Oh
control
yeah.
Switch, you can like send them in Nintendo and they'll replace it for free. But I don't know if they're still doing that.
I'm pretty sure they are because of the Joy-Con drift issue.
That's what I'm talking about, the drift issue. In fact, I should probably send in my Switch's Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I have
Well,
one of the
they do be
first
drifting.
Switches.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, see, no, they do drift.
Well, I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
Have they been to Tokyo?
Oh my god.
Nintendo based in Japan, if I remember correctly.
And why is the first song not the Tokyo Drift from Fast and Furious? No, the first thing song that popped in my head was Deja Vu.
Oh my
I
god.
had Nights on Fire. Or Night on Fire. It's still Eurobeat, so I think it's valid.
I love how we connect Nintendo with Eurobeat.
It's like one of those, what's it called? Like 5 points or whatever? Where it's like you connect something to something completely unrelated in like 5 things.
Yeah.
Oh
Fair.
yeah, like the like those people that do it on Wikipedia.
Before we get too off topic,
Right.
I think our time is about up. We've been going at it for a good long while now, actually, huh?
Yeah, let's I think we can end it here and save any thoughts we have for the next episode. I do have a Twitter for the podcast. It is at the DAC podcast. And y'all can drop a follow there, and we will tweet whenever we post new episodes. And you can tweet at us with suggestions for things to talk about, and we will be more than happy to do so.
As long as it's tech related. Or
Tech or gaming,
Tech or gaming, yeah.
electronics,
Nerd in general.
nerd in general, yeah, we'd be more than happy to talk about it. So thank y'all for stopping by. I'm Kenzie.
I'm Smokey.
I'm Pyro.
I'm Austin.
And stay
Have a
hydrated.
nice day. Yeah,
Stay
stay hydrated.
hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Hydro.
hydrated.